Have you ever felt stuck? Sitting in front of a long to-do list, knowing exactly what needs to be done, yet unable to start? Maybe you're waiting for something called motivation. Let me tell you a harsh truth. Motivation is a traitor. It shows up when it pleases and disappears just as quickly, leaving you stranded in frustration and indecision. Now imagine a day when you break through that barrier. You're no longer a victim of procrastination. You take action, not waiting for inspiration, not depending on your mood. That's the power of action. And in this video, I'm going to share 10 powerful strategies inspired by Stoic philosophy to help you take action no matter how difficult it seems. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The tasks you fear, the ones you keep avoiding, are precisely the opportunities to change and grow. If you're asking now, how do I break free from this cycle of procrastination? Then you're in the right place. Picture someone sitting at their desk, dim light casting a shadow over their endless to-do list. They sigh, check their phone, and tell themselves, maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Does this sound familiar? It's not just their story. It could be yours or anyone's in this world filled with distractions. But today, that changes. This video is not just about overcoming procrastination. It's about turning you into a person of action. I'll walk you through 10 groundbreaking strategies, not shallow cliches, but practical, real-world tactics rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom. So hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications to never miss any valuable content. And while you're here, comment below. I'm ready to take action if you're determined to become the best version of yourself. Let's dive into this journey and move on to the next part, the anti-motivation strategy, a powerful way to get started even when you don't feel like it. Say strategy. 1. The anti-motivation approach. Have you ever waited to feel ready before starting something, waiting for that sudden spark of inspiration to guide you? The harsh truth is, you will never feel ready. Motivation is not something you can rely on. It's like the wind, appearing and disappearing, never staying long enough to help you overcome the obstacles in your life. This is why the first strategy, the anti-motivation approach, is a game changer. Instead of waiting for inspiration, you must train yourself to act despite how you feel. Let me be clear, action is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The task you're avoiding, the one that feels most difficult, is often the key to real progress. Imagine facing a daunting task, like starting a big project or making a lifestyle change. Your mind finds every excuse to delay. I'll do it when I'm in the mood. But every time you postpone, you're training your brain to believe that avoidance is the solution. This creates a cycle of stagnation. So, how do you break free? Start with the smallest step. Open your computer and type one sentence, stand up and take one small movement, or pick up the phone and dial the number. Once you start, something magical happens. Momentum builds. You realize that beginning isn't as hard as you imagined. Try it right now. Identify the task you're avoiding and tell yourself, I don't need to feel ready, I just need to start. This small action will shift your entire mindset. Reflective question, are you letting motivation control your life? If you never feel ready, what will you do to take action today? Strategy 2. The rejection mindset. Are you afraid of rejection? If so, you're not alone. The fear of rejection is one of the most common reasons people hesitate to act. But let me tell you this, rejection is not the end. It's simply a step on your journey. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we cannot control how others react, but we can absolutely control how we respond. When you face rejection, it is not a confirmation of inadequacy, but an opportunity to learn and grow. Think of it this way. An entrepreneur applies for funding 10 times, but is rejected 9 of those. If they stop at the 9th rejection, the story ends there. But if they treat each rejection as a chance to refine their plan, adjust their goals, and work harder, the 10th attempt becomes the one that succeeds. Seneca wisely said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind." Each time you face rejection, you're building resilience, analytical thinking, and an unyielding will to keep going. Rejection doesn't break you. How you respond to it determines everything. Turn your fear into strength. Don't shy away from rejection. Embrace it and use it as a tool for growth. The next time you face a closed door, instead of feeling discouraged, tell yourself, this is not the end. It's the beginning of something new. Have you ever let the fear of rejection hold you back? If you weren't afraid, what would you do right now? Your journey toward action begins with small but powerful steps. Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next strategies. Comment below, I'm ready to face rejection, if you're prepared to turn obstacles into opportunities. Stay tuned because up next is the time blocking strategy, how to structure your time for maximum efficiency and become a master of action. Strategy 3. Time blocking. Have you ever felt like your days are slipping away, filled with endless tasks, yet no real progress? Do you often say, I don't have enough time, while watching the hours vanish into distractions? The truth is, time isn't the problem, it's how you manage it. And this is where time blocking, a simple yet transformative strategy, becomes your ultimate tool. Time blocking is not just about scheduling tasks, it's about reclaiming control over your life. Instead of letting the day dictate your actions, you design it with intention. Imagine waking up, knowing exactly what needs to be done and when. There's no overwhelm, no procrastination, just focused, meaningful work. Here's how it works. You divide your day into blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific task or activity. For instance, the first block could be for deep work, tackling your most challenging task while your mind is sharpest. The next block might be for emails or calls, followed by a break to recharge. By doing this, you eliminate the chaos of multitasking and create a rhythm that keeps you productive and grounded. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Time is finite, and every moment wasted is a moment you'll never get back." Time blocking ensures that each hour serves your goals and values. Let me share a practical tip to get started. Set your priorities. Identify the 1 or 2 tasks that matter most today. Block your day. Use a calendar or notebook to allocate specific time slots for these tasks. Protect your blocks. Treat these as unbreakable commitments. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and focus entirely on the task at hand. By designing your day, you're not just working smarter, you're living intentionally. What would your life look like if you started taking control of your time instead of letting it slip through your fingers? Strategy 4. Start small. Do you ever feel paralyzed by the size of a task? You know what you need to do, but the sheer scale of it makes you hesitate. It's like standing at the foot of a mountain, staring at the peak and thinking, I'll never make it. This is where the start small strategy becomes your secret weapon. The biggest mistake people make is trying to conquer the whole mountain in one leap. Instead, focus on the first step. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "Well-being is attained by little and little, and nevertheless is no little thing itself." Great achievements don't happen all at once. They're built from countless small, consistent actions. Let's make this real. If you're writing a book, don't aim to write a chapter in one sitting. Start with a single sentence. If you want to get fit, don't plan for an hour-long workout. Begin with one push-up. If you're overwhelmed by a messy home, clean one corner of one room. Why does this work? Because starting small breaks the mental resistance that keeps you stuck. The hardest part is always beginning. But once you take that first step, momentum builds. You start to feel capable, energized, and ready for the next step. Here's a simple exercise to try right now. Think of a task you've been avoiding. Break it down into the tiniest possible action. Do it, right now, no excuses. Remember, you don't need to finish the task today. You just need to begin. As you accumulate these small wins, they compound into big results. What is one tiny step you can take right now toward a goal you've been procrastinating on? What's stopping you? Are you ready to take control of your time and conquer your biggest tasks, one small step at a time? Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications to join us for more transformative strategies. Leave a comment below. I'm ready to block my time and start small, if you're committed to making today the start of your transformation. The power of leveraging accountability. How to make commitments that force you to follow through no matter what. Don't miss it. Strategy 5. Leverage accountability. Have you ever told yourself, I'll get it done tomorrow, only to watch tomorrow turn into next week, then next month? Procrastination thrives in isolation. But here's the truth. When others are watching, you act. This is the power of leverage accountability, harnessing the influence of others to keep you on track. Imagine this. You've set a goal to exercise daily, but the snooze button keeps winning. Now picture having a workout buddy waiting at the gym or a coach checking in on your progress. Suddenly, skipping isn't an option. Why? Because accountability taps into something deeply human, our desire to maintain integrity in the eyes of others. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca once wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Surrounding yourself with people who challenge and inspire you creates an environment where growth is the only option. Here's how to apply this strategy. Public commitments. Tell a trusted friend, family member, or colleague about your goal. Make your progress visible, whether it's sharing updates or agreeing to regular check-ins. Find accountability partners, partner with someone who has similar goals, encourage each other, track milestones, and celebrate wins together. Hire a coach or mentor. Sometimes, investing in professional guidance is the push you need to stay consistent. When you leverage accountability, you transform your goals from private dreams into shared commitments. You're no longer just working for yourself. You're working to honor your word to others. Who in your life can you turn to for accountability? And how would sharing your goals with them push you closer to success? Strategy 6. Redefine failure. What does failure mean to you? For many, it's a source of shame, a sign that you're not good enough. But what if I told you that failure is not the enemy? In fact, failure is your greatest teacher. This is the essence of redefine failure, a strategy that turns setbacks into stepping stones. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Think of failure not as a verdict, but as feedback, a map showing you what didn't work so you can find a better path forward. Let's take an example. An entrepreneur launches a product that flops. They could label themselves a failure and give up, or they could analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. Here's how to redefine failure in your life. Change your perspective. View every setback as data. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Embrace micro-failures. Don't be afraid to make small mistakes along the way. They're essential for refining your approach. Celebrate the attempt. Recognize the courage it takes to try, even if the outcome isn't perfect. The next time you fail, remember, it's not about falling down, it's about getting back up. Every failure you face is a step closer to mastery, resilience, and ultimate success. How can you start viewing failure as a tool for growth instead of a mark of defeat? What's one failure you can reframe as a lesson today? Are you ready to leverage the power of accountability and turn failure into fuel for success? Hit the subscribe button now and activate notifications to continue this transformative journey. Leave a comment below. I'm ready to own my failures and stay accountable if you're ready to take your growth to the next level. The art of habit stacking, how to seamlessly integrate new habits into your life for lasting change. Stay tuned. Strategy 7. Habit stacking. Have you ever tried to build a new habit only to find yourself falling back into old patterns? You tell yourself, this time I'll stick with it. But days pass, and your good intentions fade. The problem isn't your lack of willpower, it's your system. That's where habit stacking becomes your secret weapon. Imagine this. Instead of struggling to force a new habit into your life, you attach it to something you already do. Like adding a car to a moving train, the momentum of your existing routines carries your new habit forward effortlessly. Here's how it works. Identify a habit you already have. Something so ingrained you barely think about it, like brushing your teeth or brewing coffee. Then, stack your new habit on top of it. For example, want to start journaling? Do it right after brushing your teeth in the morning. Need to drink more water? Take a sip every time you check your phone. Trying to meditate? Do it immediately after your morning coffee. The beauty of habit stacking is that it removes the friction of starting from scratch. You're not creating a habit in isolation. You're anchoring it to a stable part of your life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of consistency. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Habit stacking aligns your actions with your intentions, making the process seamless. Here's a simple framework to get started. Identify your anchor habit. Choose a habit you already do daily. Pair your new habit. Link it to the end of your existing habit. Keep it small. Start with a habit that takes less than 2 minutes to complete. Over time, this stacking method transforms your daily routines into a powerful chain of positive habits. What existing habit in your life could serve as an anchor for the change you want to make? How will you stack your new habit today? Strategy 8, the 2-minute rule. Big dreams often fail because they feel too overwhelming to start. You want to get in shape, write a book, or learn a new skill, but the enormity of the goal paralyzes you. That's where the 2-minute rule shines. A strategy so simple, yet so effective, it can change the way you approach everything. The rule is straightforward. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. And if a goal feels too big, break it down into something you can do in 2 minutes or less. Why does this work? Because the hardest part of any task is getting started. Once you begin, momentum takes over. It's like trying to push a heavy boulder. Getting it to move is the hardest part. But once it's rolling, it becomes easier to keep going. Imagine you want to start exercising but can't commit to an hour at the gym. Instead, tell yourself, I'll do 1 push-up. Want to read more? Commit to reading just 1 page. The 2-minute rule lowers the barrier to entry, making even the biggest goals feel achievable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength you need to start lies not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent actions. Here's how to apply the 2-minute rule. Identify your goal. What do you want to achieve? Shrink it down. Break it into a task so small, it feels impossible to fail. Act immediately. Do it now, no excuses, no delays. By taking these micro steps, you train your mind to prioritize action over hesitation. And before you know it, those small wins snowball into big achievements. What's one goal you've been putting off because it feels too big? How can you break it into a 2-minute action today? Are you ready to transform your life with the power of habit stacking and the 2-minute rule? Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications to keep learning practical strategies that drive real change. Leave a comment below. I'm ready to stack my habits and start small if you're committed to taking control of your routines. The art of visualizing success, how to use the power of your mind to create the life you desire. Don't miss it. Strategy 9. Visualize success. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your best self, the version of you who's disciplined, fulfilled, and living the life you've always dreamed of. Can you see it? That's the power of visualizing success, a strategy that bridges the gap between who you are now and who you want to become. Visualization is not just about daydreaming. It's about creating a vivid mental image of your goals, one so powerful that it inspires action. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers have used this technique for centuries. Why? Because your brain can't tell the difference between vividly imagined success and real success. It starts to believe what you consistently visualize. Marcus Aurelius captured this perfectly. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By focusing on your desired future, you train your mind to align your actions with your aspirations. Here's how to practice effective visualization. Picture the outcome. Visualize yourself achieving your goal. What does it feel like? What are you doing? Who are you with? Focus on the process. Success isn't just the result, it's the journey. Visualize the steps you'll take to get there. Reinforce daily. Spend a few minutes every morning and evening visualizing your success as vividly as possible. For example, if your goal is to get in shape, don't just imagine having a fit body. Picture yourself waking up early, putting on your workout clothes, and crushing your gym session. Feel the satisfaction of progress. Visualization isn't about wishful thinking. It's about mentally rehearsing the future you want to create. When You consistently focus on success. You set a clear direction for your actions. What does your ideal life look like? How can you start visualizing the steps to make it a reality today? Strategy 10. Action as identity. Who are you? It's a question most people struggle to answer, but here's the secret. You are what you repeatedly do. This final strategy, action as identity, shifts the focus from what you want to achieve to who you want to become. Instead of setting goals like, I want to lose weight, or I want to write a book, reframe it as, I am someone who values health, or I am a writer. When you align your actions with your identity, every small step reinforces that belief. Epictetus said, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Your actions are the proof of your identity. Each decision you make is a vote for the person you want to be. Here's how to make this shift. Define your identity. Who do you want to be? Be specific. I am a disciplined person is more powerful than I want to be more productive. Act accordingly. Align your daily habits with that identity. If you want to be healthy, ask yourself, what would a healthy person do right now? Celebrate small wins. Every action, no matter how small, reinforces your new identity. For example, if you want to become a runner, don't worry about how far or fast you go. Each time you lace up your shoes and head out, you're proving to yourself that you're a runner. Over time, these consistent actions transform your self-image and drive lasting change. This strategy turns action into something deeper. It's no longer just about reaching a goal, but about becoming the kind of person who embodies that goal. What identity do you want to adopt? How can your actions today reflect that identity? Are you ready to use the power of visualization and align your actions with your true identity? Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications to continue your journey of self-mastery. Leave a comment below. I am ready to become my best self. If you're committed to creating a life that reflects your values. A powerful recap of all 10 strategies and how to integrate them seamlessly into your life. Don't miss it. Your transformation starts now. Action creates motivation. Have you ever noticed how everything seems easier once you've started? That's because action isn't just the result of motivation. Action is the source of motivation. When you take the first step, no matter how small, you feel a sense of accomplishment. This small win creates momentum, like pushing a heavy boulder. Once it starts rolling, everything becomes easier. For example, you're struggling to complete an important writing project. But as soon as you type the first sentence, ideas begin to flow, and before you know it, you've finished a significant portion. That's the power of action. Starting breaks the inertia, and motivation naturally follows. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you face hesitation, remember that overcoming it not only moves you forward, but also makes you stronger. Here's a challenge. The next time you feel stuck, instead of thinking about everything you need to do, focus on just the first step. Don't aim to finish the entire project. Start by tackling the smallest task and let momentum carry you forward. The effectiveness of the strategies you've learned isn't just theoretical, they've been proven through countless success stories. Let's look at a few real-world examples. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed thousands of times before finding the perfect solution. When asked about these failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison didn't wait for motivation to continue. He acted consistently, step by step, until he succeeded. Another powerful example is J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series. Before becoming one of the most successful authors in history, Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. Instead of giving up, she persisted, submitting her manuscript again and again until she found success. These stories remind us that action doesn't need to be grand from the start. It simply needs to be consistent. When you apply the strategies from this video, starting small habit stacking and embracing failure as part of the process, you'll see cumulative results in your own life. So, where can you see these results most clearly? In your work. You'll complete more tasks, not because you're waiting for motivation, but because you have a clear system of action. In your personal life, new habits will start to bring positive changes. You'll feel healthier and happier. In your mindset, you'll feel less pressure when facing challenges because you've trained yourself to take action even when it's uncomfortable. Now, the question for you is, how will you act after watching this video? This isn't the time to overthink or create a perfect plan. Choose one strategy, take the first step, and let momentum guide the rest. Remember, success isn't a destination, it's the journey of small, consistent actions. Leave a comment below. I'm starting today, to show the world that you're committed to action. Up next, we'll recap all 10 strategies and show you how to integrate them seamlessly into your life for optimal results. Don't miss it. Your transformation begins now. This is your moment. No more waiting for the perfect time, the right mood, or an ideal circumstance. Choose one strategy from today's video and start now. Don't let hesitation hold you back any longer, because every second you delay is a missed opportunity to move closer to the life you want. Whether it's starting small, stacking habits, or redefining failure, your journey begins with a single step. And here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Every great change in life starts with one small, simple action. Now, I want to hear from you. Which strategy will you apply first? Share it in the comments below, and let's hold each other accountable. Together, we can take action and create the momentum needed to transform our lives. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss more strategies like these. You're not just watching a video, you're taking the first step toward becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, progress doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you take control. So, take that step today. The power is already within you. Now is your time.